fantastic. So I want to give a huge shout out to Reggie B, who just returned back from his California trip. Exciting. We'll touch bases with him sometime this week. Kentucky mom that was shot and killed outside an apartment complex in southern Louisville early Sunday morning. The 27-year-old Angelina Presley was shot around 2:50 a.m. on Sunday at Cooper Creek Village Apartments off Preston Highway. Presley died at the scene of multiple gunshot wounds to her body, and she was killed in daylight. She was killed in front of her 8-year-old son on Mother's Day. So while we over here counting our blessings, there's a child who no longer has a mother. This is so sad. Oh, Lord have mercy. Arkansas judge, 69 years old, accused of demanding. Of course he's accused. He hasn't been prosecuted. He hasn't, allegedly. He accused of demanding sex from male defendants in return for lower sentences. He resigns, which means he gets a pension, which means he gets his 401k, which means he gets his retirement, resigns after thousands of pictures are found of young naked men in his home, including some being paddled. 4,550 pictures have been found on his PC, some with naked men. He is allegedly accused of demanding sex from male defendants, and he gets to resign. Tell him why you mad, son.
Living in America.
Because I'm mad because we know that this system is rigged. We know that the system is messed up. We know that the system is unevenly balanced. I don't even know why they have the justice with 2 scales. They need to have the justice with just 1 scale and the other one a jail cell. I didn't know that part was going to come out.
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness. Some of those men had been paddled. Sources say he'd been under investigation since November, accused of litany of acts. I don't know exactly what litany is, but they included, I have a feeling our guy from Rhode Island is going to call in and let us know. They included coercing defendants into having sex for reduced sentences. Listen, this 69-year-old man, if you saw a picture of him, if we had sex, baby, I don't want to go to jail at all. I want volunteer. I want to be able to pick up trash on Tuesdays. Like, I'm good. The investigators claim he was taking photos of naked teens for over 30 years. He resigns. His resignation ends the investigation, but federal case is ongoing. This is real life. I want to go back 5 seconds. Do you remember the police officer that, the black police officer that he went all the way ham, hit the woman like 3-4 times, and then she passed out, she fainted? Yeah, he was terminated immediately. No pending investigation, no, allegedly. Nah, he was fired. And the other cops just stood around and he was like, my name's Benny, I ain't in it. But yeah, Tamir Rice is still gone. Eric Gardner is still gone. Those officers still have jobs. New Panama Papers data leak reveals that the name of at least 36 Americans. Listen, I could almost bet everything in my life that the Panama Papers have more than 36 Americans accused of financial crimes. I could almost guarantee. I want to know who paid who to take their name off the list. 200,000 entities have been released by a group of investigative journalists. And over those 200,000 entities, you're telling me that 36 Americans, 36 of them? So these are the Panama Papers, right? And these are all of the people that have offshore accounts and fake accounts to hold their stash. This is the little hush-hush money. This is the little offshore money. And you telling me only 36 Americans are accused of financial crimes? I'll leave that there. But yet, they found, what was it? What country was it that their president was guilty? And they were marching in the streets, like the major cities shut down. Rural areas shut down. Everybody marching in the street, hundreds of thousands of people demanding. But in America, it's only 36 people. Krispy Kremes. Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme donut? I don't care. Listen, I haven't had a Dunkin' Donuts in probably like 8 years, maybe 7 years. But a Krispy Kreme donut, I had one of those last year. Them things are crack. Reggie B, you ever had a Krispy Kreme donut?
No,
Are you serious?
I don't want them.
From South Carolina,
I
North
don't
Carolina, Virginia, wherever you know?
No.
Okay, Reggie, you
I was there 2
listen.
years ago, and I passed by one. And
Listen.
my temptation was good.
A Krispy Kreme donut. Well, there's Krispy Kreme is going to be taken over by the coffee giant, and it's worth $1.35 billion. The investment firm JAB Beach has said that it is acquiring the donut chain. The deal will take the North Carolina chain private. Krispy Kreme stock soared more than 24% after announcement. JAB Beach also owns Keurig, Green Mountain, Pete's Coffee and Tea, and Caribou Coffee. So now they own Krispy Kremes.
Keep eating them.
Listen, I hope Krispy Kreme come to Boston sometime soon. I know they were here. They were here in Dedham at one time, and they were all the way in the cut. Nobody knew where they reside, so.
That's like I have a whole lot of people overweight down south. Krispy Kreme did it.
Whatever. It's more than just Krispy Kremes. You can have one hot sign once in a while. I'm such a fat girl.
All that frosting on that donut.
Listen.
Diabetes.
It is diabetes. Listen, you're not going to judge me for my one Krispy Kreme a year. Facebook deliberately suppresses conservative news on its trending feed, former staff claims, but the tech giant denies it. Soapbox real quick. With all of the information that is bulldozed, I swear English is a second language for me. All of the information that is bulldozed to people on air, online, 24 hours a day. You know, Donald Trump has been number one ever since he hit the platform. They promote him like he pays them. I'm not mad at Facebook for showing me positivity. I'm not mad at Facebook for showing me the things that I actually agree with. And maybe there's just more people on Facebook that don't want to see conservative, that they filtered it out. And so on the up and up, we don't need this. We definitely need conservative views and news. And apparently it's been suppressed on Facebook feeding trends. The social network has long implied its news feed is data driven. Again, so many people opted out of, I don't want to see this anymore. This isn't the type of news that I'm interested. But the former staff told reports that conservative sites were blacklisted, just like other sites have been blacklisted. They claim they were ordering to inject stories no matter how popular. Facebook denies the allegations, insists protocol bans bias. 167 million people use the site and read the promoted articles. 167 million. That's a small country. Facebook's doing some things. U.S. Army cuts and leave the fewest active duty soldiers since pre-World War II as Obama's administration and the Pentagon reduced troop numbers. But again, I do want you to be mindful that even though our numbers have been reduced, the lowest number of active duty soldiers since 1940, when the Army's active duty numbers were at 269,023. Currently, that number is 479,172. The Army is currently in the process of reducing its numbers with plans to bring that number down to 450,000 by the end of 2018. But again, I want you to be mindful that we are using machines more often. We are using drones more often. We are trying to take more calculated and more expert. War. Good God, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
You just tore that song.
I'm okay with that. And that's exactly what we need to do with wars. Tear it down. Like, can I have just a little bit of peace? I feel like we've been at war my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I can remember, we've been at war with somebody.
Mm-hmm. You got that right.
So there's of course a lot of reports. PBS NewsHour recently did a piece on the facing the opioid addiction and the consequences and how it's so lax. And I want to go back again to how numbers play a huge role. We could know the truth about what happened during the crack epidemic. We could know the truth about what's going on in this heroin epidemic. But, you know, it really doesn't matter until we have those numbers, until we have those facts. And the PBS NewsHour did an amazing piece on facing the rising national wave of opioid addiction and its consequences for families, law enforcement, political leaders around the nation that are currently linking arms to save souls. And they're saying like 30 years ago, it was a completely different story. And a law professor reflected on how race affected our national response to drug abuse. And I thought this was an excellent piece. And you know, it comes from a perspective that hasn't been covered yet. So I will post this on the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page. And if, you know, follow on Twitter as well, because a lot of stories are on Twitter. A Manhattan landlord, Steve Croman, hit with an indictment charge as he threatened and sued rent-protected tenants to force them out. Why is this important? Because I want you, if you have anybody who's in your family, anybody who's in your neighborhood who's telling you or who has told you that someone has come to their door, their landlord has threatened them, this is a form of gentrification. It's just another form. And what I would like to do really quickly is Reggie B just came back from California. And I know you guys remember some of these stories that we've read about California, about the homelessness in California, about a gentleman, I believe he's like 89 or 92 years old, feeding the homeless and was imprisoned. They jailed him time and time again because every time he comes out, he goes right back to the streets to feed the homeless. And they have laws against feeding homeless in like public spaces and park places. And he's like, you know, they're hungry, I'm gonna feed them.
This is in Cali?
This is in Cali. And
part? You know what part?
This wasn't a story. This was just a out of memory of one of the stories that we read. But you just came back from California. You were talking about the tent city. Yeah, literally tent city.
Listen, you come off the highway from the LAX and you get into this street, which is called South Figueroa. Right up under a bridge, when you come off the highway, there's nothing but tents up under there. It's like a row of houses, but they're tents. And people actually have jobs and live in these tents. And I heard that they go to the nearest YMCA to take a shower or a bath, get dressed, go to work, then come back to their tent because the rent is too high in California. And these people actually have jobs. And I've seen people's clothes set up next to their tents, nice and neat. I heard stories that some of them go to the laundromat to wash their clothes with the change that they do make from their jobs or whatever. And it's crazy. And this was taught. This was actually spoken at one of the symposiums that I was at when I was in Cali last week for some NeighborWorks Training Institute. And one of the gentlemen who gave a lecture on a symposium was talking about the homelessness and how crazy it is in California. So these people have jobs and go back to their tents after their job.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Could you imagine making all that money and then going back to a tent because you can't afford it? And remember, one of the stories that I read is that people were renting out shipping containers and living in shipping containers because they couldn't afford. And this is, you were in LA. The shipping containers living situation took place in San Francisco. And
which is further north.
What I'm saying is these are two different, completely separate places, but yet they're being hit hard. So one of the things I'd like to say to my Boston residents is you're not the only one. You're not the only one going through it. You're not the only one facing it. Here, like they're talking about here in New York, landlords, and he's not the only landlord, but a wealthy Manhattan landlord was hit on Monday with a 20-count indictment and civil charges related to his long-running campaign to intimidate rent stabilized tenants into fleeing so he could turn their apartments into high-rent units. How many elders are here in Boston being put out of their homes because of whatever reason? Most of the time it's because they already paid their house off 30 years ago and can't afford the damn tax. And they looking at, what if we raise the tax 1% more? We putting our elders out and they had homes.
And
we got Mr. Nubian over here. He about to go all the way in like he always does. You don't have to agree, but you can call 617-282-0062. Good rise and call you live.
Good morning, Tayla. I don't know if you remember about maybe 3 years ago or maybe longer, he did a special down south in Georgia, a red state, and he went to these trailers that were run down. They were asking people, how are you going to vote? And this was, I guess, when Obama was going against Mitt. And he was like, we're going to vote for Mitt. And he's like, why would you vote for a Republican if this is your condition? Well, we believe things will get better. You know what this nation prides itself on? Stupidity and repeating stupidity. Like, I don't get it. You're homeless, you live in a beat-up track, you lost your job to China, and you're still going to vote Republican. I don't feel sorry for people. This nation deserves exactly what it gets. I swear to God, 90% of the stupid people on the planet must be populated in this country. Nowhere else in the world do people vote against the interests but America.
You know what? When you're right, you're right. I'm not going to argue with you when you're right. And I look at these international reports on a regular basis. And one of the things that I notice is do you remember the trash strike when people didn't go to work and were mad about the fact that their trash wasn't picked up?
That's here. That was here.
No, it wasn't here.
It wasn't here?
It was international. It was like, it may have been Greece.
But there was a small city in one of these states that happened something like that. I was reading like maybe 2 months ago. So I thought that was that story. Sorry about that.
No, there's I think it was in Greece, and like they came out in droves, like 186,000 people came out to talk about trash. You know, people actually in Spain and Portugal, like everywhere outside of the United States, when people protest, they protest.
They do. They come in droves. They come a lot. Yeah.
To fight their cause. This country, we don't vote. We just complain. It's almost. I think it's like Michael Moore said. The reason why they gave you reality TV and all this stupid crap on TV to make you stupid. You can go to people right now and they could be living in a tent, and I guarantee you they'll tell you what's going on a reality TV show. But if you ask them have voted, no, and if you do vote, you vote for the Republican Party. Like, I don't get it, but it's a good thing. We need to weed the stupid people out. Let them die off. As soon as they die off, the better the planet will be.
Lord have it. You sound like Oprah now. You remember when Oprah said all the old racists need to die, and then we'll have a new generation of smart people. All right, Mr. Nubian, let me get into this.
That light skin dude, she might not be a white supremacist, but she subscribes to white supremacy ideology.
You don't have to agree. You can call 617-282-0062. That's Mr. Nubian. That's just who he is. Last but not least, I'd like to read this final story, which shout out to all of the mothers that lost a child who just celebrated Mother's Day without their baby. I don't care if your baby was 82 years old. Your baby will always be your baby. And shout out to the parents that lost their children. Sandra Bland's mom said that I don't come here to play games with you all. Geneva Reed Veal, the mother of Sandra Bland, the 28-year-old Black woman who died in a Texas jail cell last summer. I don't come and sit here to be part of a caucus where I talk and do nothing, she continued. Reed Veal was speaking at the Library of Congress, part of the first symposium of the newly formed Congressional Caucus on Black Women and Girls. Am I angry? Absolutely, said the mother, who said she does not believe her daughter committed suicide. Her testimony, I'm going to cry. Her testimony made people cry and loud sighs and people wailing in the audience filled with Black women. The officer who arrested Bland was also fired. I leave you with this. It is time to wake up, get up, step up, or shut up. I want to read really quickly. She said, I wanted to say to all of you who sit here today, thank you. Thank you for allowing me an opportunity to be here today. Sometimes it's rough. I don't have a big, long statement to read. What I'm going to say to you is that I am here representing the mothers who are not heard. I am here representing the mothers who have lost children as we go on about our daily lives. When the cameras and lights are gone and our babies are dead, I'm going to ask you here today to wake up. Wake up. By a show of hands, can any of you tell me the 6 other women who died in jail July 2015 along with Sandra Bland? That is the problem. You all are among the walking dead. And I am so glad that I have come out from among you. I heard about Trayvon. I heard about all of the shootings, and it did not bother me until it hit my daughter. I was walking dead just like you until Sandra Bland died in a Texas jail cell. Let's get something straight. As a mother, I do not believe she committed suicide. I will say that until it is proven. But if you want me to believe that my daughter, that I sent down there, setting up, driving her own vehicle, would be sent home in a capsule, in the bottom of a plane with luggage on top of her, that I'm going to shut up, I will not. I will not. I will continue to speak. For every mother paralyzed because of the loss of their child, 6, and Google them. I'm looking at your phones. Take 2 minutes and Google the other 6 that died in jail. We're not talking about the other 6 that died in jail that year. We're talking about the 6 that died in jail that month. Whew. Kendra Chapman allegedly stole a cell phone. 20 hours later, she hung herself. Alexis McGovern downstairs in the infirmary dead. Her family upstairs paying the bond. Nobody has spoken these names. And as I go around the country speaking, the fact that no pen is raised in the room, there are 6 other women aside from my daughter that have died in jail, and no one knows their names, and that is a problem. The tears are real. The pain is real. The problem is real. So I don't come here to play games with you all. I don't come here to sit and be a part of a caucus so we can talk and do nothing. You don't know my pain. God forbid you get up another grieving. God forbid you go up to another grieving mother and say you know how she feels. That is a lie. Unless you have lost a child, you don't know how I feel. Am I angry? Absolutely. I'm angry enough to create a riot where I burn things down, but I will create a riot. I will set people off so they will understand that this is real. Movements move. Activists activate. We have to go. We have got to stop talking and move. So I leave you with this. It's time to wake up, get up, step up, or shut up. And that is from the mother of Sandra Bland. We are the world. I hate that her pain causes this passion, but at some point in time, we have to get up. What'd she say? I know Reggie B remembered it already. We have to wake up, we have to get up, we have to step up, or y'all need to shut up. Cause I woke up, I get up. I promise to always step up, and I will never shut up. And that's one of the things we have to do. I'm going to take a really, really quick break. One of the things that I would like to do is I would like to introduce you to today's guest via music. Big City 101.3 FM, Waking Up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. Our special guest should be calling in any moment, but until she does...
You should say that a lot.
What?
Sandra Bland's mother said.
Get up. Wake up, get up, stand up, or shut up. I think I will, Reggie B.
You should say that at these events you go to when you're speaking.
In the words of Sandra Bland's mother.
Yep. Let them look at you all cross-eyed.
She's right, though. Who else knows the name of these women?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to look at this demographic slide that I saw at the symposium in LA. It'll blow your mind with this demographic chart. Where's she at, on the West Coast?
Yeah, I believe so. How you know?
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
I'm gonna take another trip out there, but this time I think I'm gonna go to whatchamacallit. I'm being in LA, but I wanna go to Santa Monica and check it out. I wanna see the Venice Beach.
I'm coming at ya.
That's one of her hits too. You have a number you send her a text?
Oh, she's fine. I need to change my batteries. Legendary Melba Moore. Maybe you remember this one. You remember this one? Because I'm a baby. And I have to remember nothing. I do think I remember Love Coming At You during family reunions, though.
Those one of her hit songs on her debut album back then.
Love is coming
Everybody know that damn song.
Oh, yeah.
My genre anyway.
She was gorgeous. She still is gorgeous. I have a new picture of her.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I'm like, bro, what you been eating? I bet you she's on a vegan diet, the way she looked.
Yeah, she go see Dr. Sebi.
I wish you saw Dr. Sebi.
So ask her. Have you been to Dr. Ebby's Herbal Shop?
Have you been?
And his shop is like, from the LA hotel where I was at, his shit is only like 24 minutes around the corner. But there's so much traffic. It felt like it's gonna be like 3 hours to get there.
Damn.
I was so mad.
Damn.
I was so mad. I wish you would have hit me up when I got there on Sunday about that. I'd been like, oh, I could go do that. I would have took a left to Uber real quick. Been right around the corner.
I hit you when I hit you, Reggie. I hit you when it hit me that he was out there.
Yeah.
And as soon as I realized that you were out
Well,
there,
he was out there.
he was out there.
Oh, he has his business out there.
No, he's out there too.
What is?
Yeah.
He lives there?
From what I understand. Good rising, big city 101.3 FM. Oh, Reggie, do you think you can make that come down?
I was trying to. This shit, every time you go to the left, it goes up.
Make
backwards.
the blinds come down.
Backwards, man.
Oh, you make the blinds come down. I think we got her. Ah!
This thing is going up more. This is all jacked up. There's some new blinds in here. When you do this, it's supposed to come down, but it's not coming.
Falling.
Thing's on. I'm making it worse. I'm making it worse too.
Did you just hear that high note? Did you see? I think she held it for like 32 seconds. Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could, legendary Melba Moore. Did you hear that? Tony Award, Grammy Award. When I tell you legendary, baby, legendary. Good rising, queen. Do we have you on the line? I am super fantastic. So we were just listening to Falling, and you held a note for like 22 seconds, and it was perfect. So perfect. Can you do that still? Can you do that right now? Not right now, but can you still do that? Oh, wait. Beautiful. Of course. Legendary. I'm honored. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for being with us this Rising Big City 101.3 FM. Waking Up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. The legendary Melba Moore on the line. We have a caller on the line already. So do you mind if we take this caller? All right. Big City 101.3 FM. Good Rising caller. You're live. Good Rising caller. Okay, somebody got starstruck and got scared. That's okay though. It's all right. It's all right. Melba, talk to me a little bit. You've been in the game forever. We have some of your new music. We're gonna get to that soon, but for those who don't know, let them know who you are.
Well, I'm Melba Moore. I have a Tony Award for the Broadway musical Pearlie. My very first Broadway show was Hair, and I became the first Black actress to replace a white actress in a lead role when I replaced Diane Keaton. I also was the first Black lady to do a female lead in Les Miserables of Fontaine. I've had several different hit recordings, like You Stepped Into My Life, This Is It, Love's Coming At You, and a bunch of others. And I guess the most recent film thing that I did was The Fighting Temptations with Beyonce and Beyonce Knowles and Cuba Gooding Jr. and a bunch of other good stuff. And I got new music out.
Wow. How was that? Do you mind if we talk a little bit about this, the first African-American actress to take the place of a Caucasian actress? How was that during that time? And what year was it? What was the climate like?
Broadway musical was Hair, and that was in 1969. And the Broadway show Hair kind of broke all the rules. It really didn't have a book. It was a bunch of, I guess, what we call vignettes or sketch rather than a straight play. It was a musical, of course. And at that time, well, racism was very high, and so like people playing roles was very limited in terms of the types of roles that African Americans were able to play. And this was very unusual to have two people play the same role of different races. It raised a big attention. It got a lot of attention. And of course, when I got the Tony Award for the role of Lutie Bell, Darcy Mae Jenkins in the play Pearlie, well, the play was a little kind of a country musical, so it wasn't very sophisticated. And once again, you didn't see very many African Americans getting Tony Awards. There had been some, I think, Diane Carroll, Leslie Uggams, maybe Sammy Davis Jr. A few people had gotten them, but it was very, very, very rare to see an African American get a Tony Award. It was just very racist society. So it was an unusual thing, and people still talk about it because it's something very, very special to get a Tony Award, but it was even more special to get one if you were, African American.
And that was a feat that you tackled early on in your career. You won other awards. How was that? How was just like winning? You were just winning your whole life, your whole career, just win after win. And you said that the society at that time was racist. And did you receive any type of racism after winning your Tony? Or did you feel skeptical about accepting your Tony? Were there any adverse feelings?
Hi, Tony. Yours for you. It's nice that you played the best concert halls and nightclubs, and you were invited to do the best TV shows, and you were. And I started out actually as a recording artist doing studio work and backup singing other people's albums. But once I got the Tony Award, then I was invited to be a lead singer. It opened doors for you. It really, put you out there, and you were in everybody's newspapers and everybody's media, list and parties and whatever. No, you have no reservation about receiving the Tony Award. That's what it opened doors. All of a sudden, it seemed as though there was no racism, but of course it was.
So that Tony Award kind of blotched out the haters in a sense. Before you couldn't get a job. Now everybody wanted to give you a job.
Precisely. It changed things overnight. It really made it seem as though all of a sudden you became a different person. It made a difference.
So with that experience, do you see any difference today or any of the same practices today?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's always favoritism or racism or whatever you want to say. And of course, with African Americans, I don't know if that there will always be, but it seems like we always have some issues regarding having fair treatment in different areas of society because of our color. Somebody always has an issue with the fact that we're doing something. I mean, why do we have a word called profiling? It still exists, of course, here, unfortunately.
Absolutely. So for those who don't know, you come from a very musical background. Is your parents, is that what led you to be the musical genius that you became, or do you think there were other outside influences?
That was the main one because music was the centerpiece of our family. My mother and father worked together. My father was a piano player and my mother's a singer. They worked together. They had an act together. And so they rehearsed in the home. They made us all take piano lessons, and music was the centerpiece of our lives. So it's kind of hard not to, like my brother who's passed away was a piano player. All of us loved music, and it was, a very important part of our lives. Everybody sang, played an instrument. So the fact that I actually became a performer, I think was to be expected in a way. I mean, I taught music education first, but there had to be something about the music world that I had to be a part of one way or the other because of my parents,
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say condolences for the loss of your brother, and I'm just sorry for that. What instruments do you play? You said everybody in the house played an instrument. Your brother played the piano. How many instruments can you play?
I used to play piano. Now I play voice.
That was a good one. I have a question from Facebook. If you guys want to talk to Melba more, the phone lines are open, 617-282-0062. If you want to send me a message on Facebook, that's perfectly fine. TaylaAndre. A question here is, Melba, what is your favorite song?
That I do, I would say Lean on Me is only because no matter what the audience is, what their race is, what their age is, they always are in awe of it. And so if they like it, I love it. This is the one that's written by Van McCoy.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it's a basic. The message is, I'll watch your back. I'll be there with you. I got you. I'll be there with you. It's very kind of inspirational.
I wish we could put that in today's context. I wish people would jump on board with that movement. It seems like we have a lot going on today, Melba, and you've seen it all. So I would like to ask you. Oh, we do have a caller on the line. I acknowledge you, caller. I want to ask you about the times in which that you have seen as far as the change has happened and the climate of our society.
Are you asking me now?
Yes, I would like to ask you now about how you feel about the climate of society and the changes. Like, I love my elders because our elders can give us a perspective that we don't understand, because you've seen it, you've seen the progression, you've seen where we are today. During your time of winning Tonys, did you ever imagine we'd have a Black president? And I just want to understand from your perspective that progression from then to now.
Yeah, it's been a tremendous one. It's almost like nothing like it was before. It's hard to imagine how it was before when you see how it is now. In some ways, I think it's really wonderful because people marry whoever they want to, but and if they marry, the problem is we don't marry very much anymore. We don't respect marriage, and so the problem with that is that our society breaks down because that's the cell of society. It begins with a man and a woman in marriage. Fidelity, raising a family, trying to figure out how to keep that unit together, communicating with each other, treating people who are near them as their neighbors or relatives as extended family. In other words, we're supposed to love one another. And with the breakdown of the family, all of that's kind of disintegrating. And I think it's what leads to anarchy. It leads to children being abandoned, and so they grow up not caring or loving one another. So there gets to be senseless violence. It doesn't matter if it's the police or where it is, because once the centerpiece breaks down, it spreads to everywhere else. And so we see it. I hear it in your voice. You hear kind of a disappointment and a certain violence and a coldness and an uncaringness that seems to be rampant, and it's true, unfortunately, in my opinion.
Thank you.
All there is, we have many of us who are trying to work at keeping this family together, getting back together, rescuing kids that have been abandoned, rescuing women that have been abused, rescuing men that have never been taught that they are worth something, and that they should respect themselves and women and their families. We have people trying to do that, but I think some of entertainment and media has been responsible because it's so powerful when it shows the family and certain aspects of our society in a negative way. Kids watch that all day long without anybody paying any attention.
Pearly?
And they
Is that
learn
it?
and
Pearly?
they imitate it. So we have to be more responsible with tools like television, like the internet, and if we kind of grab that back and use these weapons with respect, I think we can see a turnaround. But right now, we're going in the wrong direction.
I'm glad you mentioned that. We're going to circle back around to that. We currently have a call on the line. Good rising, caller, you're live. Hi, good rising.
I'm speaking to Melba Moore.
Yes, you are.
Welcome.
This is an honor, and I'll tell you right now, after hearing you speak, your music and your spiritual message is making my day right now. When you were talking about that song, Lean on Me, When You're Not Strong, the version I remember is Bill Withers. Melba, what you're talking about,
I'm trying to download it.
the spiritual message, which America doesn't seem to have anymore. We're not treating each other as neighbors, as fellow human beings. We're really McCausland society. And I think Russell Tompkins, he was a singer, back in the stylist from the California, from their duo music. And the popular culture, the music now is so crude and rude and disrespectful that you wonder why women are being treated so poorly in this breakup of family and just senseless violence. You wonder if we can get out of this without God, because the government is not going to be the answer, because we know how corrupt the government is. We need to get God back into our lives, and then maybe we can get our families back together, and then we can get to know our neighbors and stop destroying one another.
Wow.
Anything without the creator or the manual. If you try to do it without that, it's going to go wrong. I totally agree with you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think this is actually a first-time caller. I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. That was heavy. I wasn't expecting that for a first caller. I have a message here that says, please tell Melba Moore that I know someone that told me they finally found the movie Pearly. Is it Pearly? Pearly? After looking for it for a very long time, and they just paid the astronomical price for it just to have it in her collection.
It is a collector's item now. It's very hard to get. I don't think it's being published anymore. Whoever the company was, yeah.
Well, for us babies, because I was born in '83. For us babies, can you tell us a little bit about Pearly?
Well, it's a musical, and it's about a country preacher who's trying to get his church back and get his neighborhood back, and they need a lot of money. And the one guy that's in the town owns everything, and he's very cheating, and he's very unfair, and of course he's very he's very racist. And Pearlie is the name of the preacher. And my character's name is Ludi Bell Gusset May Jenkins. So we way down south somewhere, and the story's about how he goes up the hill to get this money, and he gets it back, and the old captain, that's his name, dies, and we bury him standing up in the coffin. And it's a very just rollicking musical, very joyful.
Okay. So that gentleman kind of touched on, Lean on Me being very emotional and hand holding and together. So I went ahead and I found it. And do you mind if we take a moment and play it? Okay, Big City 101.3 FM. Waking Up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. We're currently on the line with legendary Melba Moore. And this is Lean on Me. And I guess back in the day, they weren't called covers. She just sang it. So.
Withers, it's not a cover.
It's not a cover. Okay, thank you for that. Because, these young people, they don't know no better. You guys are going to have to go online and look up Lean on Me by Melba Moore, because YouTube is not going to let me play it. Facebook, they don't care. I could play it all day long, but because we have YouTube and Facebook running, I have to turn it down because they're going to send me a little message like, Tayla, you stealing music. And I would rather us not get that email. So Melba is actually beautiful. Have you guys seen pictures of her? Have you guys seen videos of her? She was dope then. She's still dope now. We're going to play in a little while one of her songs, one of her new songs. And you know what song I think I want to play? It's kind of dope. It's My Time. It's My Time again. What is it? It's dope. I like it. That sounds like a little sample. I hear a sample there. Mm-hmm. Thank you for bearing with me. This is a rather long song, so I'm going to let it play for probably another 30 seconds, and then we'll pull Melba up. If you guys have any more questions, you can inbox me. Facebook is already pulled up. Don't text me. If you have my personal number, I cannot get to my phone. Let's dance. Her voice is amazing. Amazing. Big City, 101.3 FM. Waking Up with Melba Moore today. We're going to change the name of the show. Waking Up with Melba Moore. Melba, you have such an amazing voice. Were you born with this voice? Did you take singing lessons? Was it your parents that cultivated your voice? Like, where did you get this voice from?
The whole family was musical, so it's a combination of, just music in the home all the time, singing and playing an instrument all the time, being around music all the time,
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but you won a Tony for being in a musical prior to breaking out and starting a musical career, correct?
That's the way it happened. I started as a singer doing studio work, but not as a solo artist. I didn't get any work that way until after the Tony Award. Then I was offered recording contracts afterwards. Yes.
Did you try for recording contracts first? Was that the dream? You wanted a recording contract and then you just fell into the musical?
That's right. One of the recording sessions was for the Broadway show Hair. And from there, I got the female lead. And from that show, I went to Pearlie and got the female lead and got the Tony Award. Then I got a recording career. Yeah.
You deserved it. You deserved it. Let me ask you a question. Who were, the whole, maybe that doesn't apply. Who were the other female artists of your time that could compete with your vocals?
Oh, I don't think there's anything like, my voice is kind of unique and different.
I totally agree.
It's really strange. I don't think there was anybody to compete. I think what happened, I got a lot of attention in the Broadway theater, and then I had people writing songs for me that, hopefully suited my little style, and it was just beginning to develop, actually. Over, like, for instance, if you hear the contemporary music that I just put out, I think my voice sounds a lot different because it's developed quite a bit. So I was really trying to develop a style, and so I couldn't say that there was any competition. It was a different kind of voice, especially with the long high notes.
I'm so glad you said that. I would like to go back really quickly and play this high note. Y'all got to listen. Hold on, listen. And then I want you to count it out because she can hold it. You want to talk about Mariah Carey? Mariah Carey ain't got nothing on a Melba Moore. Listen to this. Melba, if you don't pat yourself on the back. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Let me just get a piece of that because I sang Melba, but it don't sound. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I sang, but I don't sing.
Sing.
Okay, then I sing. I don't sing. I cannot sing to save my life, but I do enjoy expressing myself vocally, even though people may not enjoy it.
And singing is therapeutic. Everybody needs to sing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're going to sing for a living or not. You need to sing. It makes you feel better.
So I have a really dumb question. No judgment. Is your voice high enough to break a glass?
I've never broken a glass. People say I have broken their sound system. Because it's kind of piercing. So that particular note has a certain vibration, and it probably could break glass.
We talk about vibrations all the time up in here. We currently have a caller on the line, 617-282-0062. We are on the line with legendary Melba Moore. If you have any questions, give us a call, 617-282-0062, or you can remain anonymous, TaylaAndre. Good rising, caller, you're live. Hi, anonymous.
Ms. Moore, I was present when you did your performance at Strand Theater with the Tyler Perry.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember the name of but I heard your testimony, and to hear you laugh and to see where you are right now is a beautiful thing, and I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. It's a long road. Thank you very much.
Okay, and be blessed.
You too. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
So what Tyler Perry play were you in? Here at the Strand Theater in Boston?
She's not correct. I've never done a Tyler Perry play. I've done my own play, which is called Still Standing, the Melba Moore Story. It's my one-woman play with music. It's my autobiography. She's speaking about that.
Oh, okay. But you were here in Boston.
So everything you see, people think it's Tyler Perry, but I've never done anything for Tyler Perry. This is my own production.
So you also have you done any other shows outside of Melba's Moore one woman show? Have you produced other shows as well?
A ton. You know, we have the gospel plays, and so there's been so many of those. And when I was having my challenges and I lost everything, one of the first things I did was start touring in some gospel plays. But I can't remember the titles of them because there's a zillion of them. First of all, because that's our new genre, African American playwrights are starting to blossom. They have over the last 10, 15 years, and so kept myself busy doing many, many of those. And of course, then I came back to Broadway and did Les Miserables.
I'm so glad you pronounced that because I am not French. And I'm like, Les Miserable.
Most people say, and for people who don't know, it's an unusual opportunity for an African American actress to have because it's about the French Revolution. It's not American and it's not about Black people. You have to be a different ethnic person, which is unusual and a great opportunity. And Les Miserables is an incredible, beautiful, complicated play, musical. It's still running on Broadway. It's been there for about 20 years.
We see the posters, we see the promotion for it. I personally could never pronounce it, and I have no idea what it's about. But you were in the play, so it's worth seeing. If Melba Moore was in it.
Oh yeah, well, many people have seen it because they love it, and of course they made a film out of it. And it's about the French Revolution. It's about warfare and children dying in war, and it's very moving. And how people's kindness saves the day. You know, it's a very moving play, and of course the music is beautiful.
I can only imagine if you sang it. Because you sang, girl, you sang. Really quickly, you have, like you said, contemporary music. You have a new album coming out. Shout out to you. Woo! So yes, I am too. It's My Time Again. I really like that song.
Oh, you did? Okay. People are picking different ones that they like. A lot of people like It's My Time Again. A lot of people like How Sweet It Is. A lot of people like Let's Dance. And, well, people say they like all the cuts, but those are the three favorites.
The three favorites. So can I play my favorite right now? It's My Time Again, and then we'll talk about how it's your time again, baby. You coming back and coming back strong. Melba Moore, you guys, legendary Melba Moore, 617-282-0062. If you like it, if you love it, if you dislike it, be honest. 617-282-0062. It's My Time Again. There go that voice. There go that voice. YouTube gonna get us, so we gotta turn it back down. I do want you guys to hear it though. I think it's like after 20 seconds, it Shazams itself and picks it up and finds out what songs Tayla's playing, so we can send her an email and cuss her out real quick. I like It's My Time. I think it touches on, you know, how we have our ups, we have our downs, but boo, it's my time again, and I'm gonna live life. And that voice, she does. Those pipes are ridiculous, and she can hold a note. Mariah Carey ain't nothing when you know about it. Melba Moore. And I feel like our young people don't know anything about anything. Like Melba, who's Melba? I was talking to my friends about Melba. They was like, who's Melba? Listen to this. Oh, damn. She's very relevant. And I wish all of our elders would come back and teach these young folks a little something about music. I'm thankful for the life I live. I am blessed. Don't think. Hey, Miss Maddie.
Hey, Tayla, good morning, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good. So we're gonna when Miss Melba's song is over, I'll pull you up and you can speak to her.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Are you for real?
Miss Melba Moore's on the line, boo.
I love her.
I do. Do you hear her pipes? Do you hear her blow?
She is awesome, girl. I love Melba Moore. I hope she comes to Boston.
Well, we'll talk about that. If you want to ask her, you can ask her, but I'm going to pull you up so you can talk to her.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
All right, baby.
Oh, sweetie.
You know I love you.
You know I love you.
I hope I make everybody's day at least once. I have a feeling I'm going to get that email. I'm ready for her to scream. Time again. It's my time, my time. You see, I can't sing, Miss Melba, but I like to sing. That she said that's the you got the spirit and that's the key. We have one of your biggest fans on the line, Miss Maddie. Good rising, Miss Maddie. How you doing, baby? I'm super fantastic. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you want to say to Miss Melba Moore?
You are fantastic, awesome, beautiful. Hit high notes like nobody else in this world. You stand alone in your words of praise and singing. Oh my God, you are phenomenal. I love you.
Yeah. Wow.
Is there anything else you want to say, baby? Any questions you have for her? Anything about her music? Anything about plays?
Oh yes, the plays and the music. When are you coming to Boston above everything else, girl?
We're working on it right now because of the new music. We're going to be up that way promoting. My manager's working on it now. We love Boston, and Boston's been so good to me. So we're coming up there.
Woo! Y'all hear that? She said she's coming. Are you happy, Miss Maddie D? Well,
Yay! We're coming.
To see her.
Well, Miss Maddie D, I'll make it possible. Hopefully, we'll be able to give some tickets away here on Big City 101.3 FM. Miss Maddie, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome day today. How does it feel when you have fans that can go back all the way into your catalog and pull out a song that you haven't even thought about in years? How does that feel?
Quite amazing because, you get so busy with whatever you're doing to stay up to date, to stay relevant, to take care of the cares of the day. And when somebody brings something back to say that they've been supporting you and they've been watching you and you've had a good influence on their life, you really feel like your life is worth something. It's not just a job. It's very rewarding. And sometimes you have a lot of challenges that just kind of distract you and make you not feel that you're so great that day. And somebody reminds you, yes, you are. And not only are you, so are they.
So I want to ask you really quickly about your time again. It's your time again, and you're coming back, and you're coming back strong, and you sound more beautiful today than, and I understand about how your voice has developed, and I love it. I can't wait to keep playing your songs throughout the day, and they're uplifting and they're lively and they're full of life, and about holding on and not giving up, and it is your time. You just can't give up, and we do need more positive influences and more positive music. But what exactly, why do you feel it's your time again rather than it's always been my time?
That's a very good question. There are a lot of things that come together in your day-to-day life and your family and different challenges that you have that as you look over, you see there's a pattern and you are going somewhere. And then, of course, I focus on God, so he kind of tells me, well, this is happening for this reason, and we give you these examples in the Bible to show you hope and not to give up. And we know that the challenges are very, very strong in some people's lives. They are absolutely devastating, but you cannot give up. And you don't know what's going to happen unless you take each day as it comes. Each day could be the last. But thank God it hasn't been, and it's led to, finally, I got a project that is really fabulous, that's got support, that says what I want to say. I'm not a songwriter, so I got to look for people to write songs for me. So it's quite a search, and it's the search that everybody is on this planet to make. Who am I in God? And keep going. And no matter what's going on in your life, try to make somebody else's life better, and somehow yours will get better. And on and on and on.
Preach, baby. Motivational Tuesday.
Just get up and get to stepping, okay?
Okay, so I have this bet going on. Miss Melba Moore, okay, please don't beat me. How old are you?
No, I'm not going to beat you, but I'm not going to tell you. Little lady.
Okay, I just want to say you are timeless. Like, black doesn't crack. I'm not going to reveal your age, but you do not look your age. You look maybe 5 to 7 years older than you did on the album with the black and white, the black and white stripe. Yes. Like, in the running bet is, are you a vegan?
No, I tried to be, but I do have, suggestions. Everybody has to find out what their body requires, and then you have to do that. If you don't, it ages too fast, it gets sick, it breaks down, and you have to keep preparing it. And over the years, the needs change. You can't do, at 50 what you did at 14.
Yeah.
You have to exercise. You have to. Most people do. Some people don't, but most people, you're gonna have to move it and do something, because you won't be able to be as mobile as you want to be. People want to strut and wear high heel shoes and dance and have some fun, so you have to move it.
So I have a Facebook message over here. We have some people that wish to remain anonymous, and that's fine. TaylaAndre, or you can give us a call and speak to Melba Moore herself, 617-282-0062. But the question is about your afro. How did you get your afro to be so big, and how have you maintained your hair, as well as what was it like in your day to have natural hair, and were you discriminated for it?
You got a lot of questions, but in the beginning, yes, I know I wore an afro as a statement to say, I'm an African American, this is how our hair is, and why should I have to straighten my hair because your hair is straight? So, we did it as a statement to say, this is beautiful too, and I'm not going to just sit by and have someone decide what the standards are beauty for me. So it's a kind of rebellious thing. And in terms of other African American women, many were fired from their jobs, or they suffered reprisals because they wore their hair African or natural. And of course, when it got that big, that was a wig, of course, and other beautiful styles that I had wonderful hairstylists that did fabulous things with natural hair.
But that was not in the sense that was so long ago, but we kind of just picked up this trend of natural hair. So can you, for the youngins, because she's a little young, she's youngin' like me, can you explain to her how different it was in your time and how more people were, had that self-care and that self-love to wear their natural hair? We think this is a new fad, like it's brand new. What, natural hair, girl? This is hot. Why didn't learn about this earlier?
Well, back in the day, everybody straightened their hair, and if they didn't straighten their hair, they had straight hair, what we call good hair. And so it was a racist thing. It came from having been in slavery, and then is evolving into the new societies that we continue to evolve into, and it evolves by people taking actions and people not taking actions, and we recall Angela Davis and her huge afro, and that was a huge statement. And then I'm sure she did it before I did. It probably gave me the idea. Well, yeah. I'm not teaching school anymore. Nobody has to tell me what I have to wear. When you're an artist, you set the trend, and so that's part of it too. It's a fashion statement. So, and you're basically saying, this is beautiful. and it's fashionable. And I don't just have to wear an afro; I can style it. And, you know, so you're making statements by what you look like, and of course, everyone does, especially famous people or artists. And so that's why I think, you know, you really need to be responsible with the power that you have to influence people. And that's what we were trying to influence people to say, look at this. Don't you think this is beautiful too? Or why do I have to straighten my hair? I don't have to, you know, I don't have to straighten my hair. I'm not going to straighten my hair. How about that? You know, and then let's make it beautiful. It is beautiful. So let's style it and continue it. So that's it. It came out of us continuing to have to fight for the right to be ourselves and not imitate someone else whose body type and whose hair type we didn't even have. You had to go straighten it or put on a wig in order to look like somebody else. Then they said you look nice. No.
Thank you for that honesty. Thank you for your truth. There's another song of yours that I really enjoy. It's Let's Dance. Do you mind if I play that?
I would be very happy if you did.
This is Miss Melba Moore. This is Last Dance, Big City 101.3 FM. Feel free to give us a call, 617-282-0062. Thank you, Anonymous, for your question, because I think it was an excellent question. Anybody else has any questions anonymously you want to send? TaylaAndre. This is Miss Melba Moore. Let's dance. Okay, for those that are just now tuning in, I cannot play the music for you because I will get a nice little email from YouTube that says, Tayla, you don't own the rights to this song, boo, so you can't play it. So I will go back and forth to letting you hear little snippets, but you can definitely Google it. Melba Moore featuring George Pettis, Pettus. Let's Dance. This is off her new album, Contemporary Music. Melba Moore is absolutely amazing, legendary, Tony award-winning artist. Hello, good rising.
Good morning, Jill.
Hey.
It's Reggie. You don't know from this number.
Oh, you're right. I don't know this number. You want me to pull you up in a minute?
Yes, please.
All right.
Okay.
You can get the song off of iTunes. You can buy the song, support our artist. What is it, like $1.99, $2.99? It's nothing, but it's, oh, could you imagine this as a techno song? Like a, I can. Oh, she said, I know I'm looking fine tonight. Don't let the time pass you by. Hey, hey, hey. Miss Melba Moore, I am so honored. I want to give a huge shout out to Nikki Curry. Thank you, Nikki Curry, for making this happen. If you need a publicist, Nikki Curry is available. She's not cheap, but she's effective. She works. What are those little raps called? They work. Nikki Curry is going to work for you. If you need somebody to work for you, Nikki Curry's going to work for you. This is a good song. What's up, Sergio? I have a message from you. I haven't read it yet, though. Dance, let your body move. Let's dance, let's dance till the morning light. Let's dance. Y'all ready for me to sing? Just dance, 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 your body move. I told you I can't sing, Miss Melba, but I can sing though.
Sing along. It's very, very simple, so people can just enjoy it and dance and sing to it. You already know I can sing. That's not the point. You also enjoy.
You know what? I feel like that's a great family reunion song, a song that you can play around the whole family, have the youngins and the elders, bump into it. I love it.
That's the whole purpose. It's called the stepping song as well, so people can dance and just enjoy each other's company to it. Yeah.
Hey, do you step, Miss Melba?
I will in a minute. learn it again. But I've been invited to a lot of stepping parties, and they have huge organizations all over the country.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, yeah, I'm going to learn it again.
Absolutely. I'd like to give a shout out to Talk Rock because he has Stepping in the Bean here in Boston, Chicago type step here in Boston. So that would be amazing. And I'm so excited. Will you please keep us posted about when you come to Boston so maybe we can wrap our arms around you? I would love to hug you, embrace you, and just, for our souls to meet.
Yeah, I would love that too. You've been so kind to me. Thank you.
You've been so kind to me. Thank you for waking up this rising and spending time with us. Because this is a different type of day right now. We currently have a caller on the line. Good rising, caller, you live.
Tayla, good AM, Ms. Moore. I have
Morning.
one comment for you, Ms. Moore, and I have two questions. My first comment is you held that note for 34 seconds. I counted my car driving to work.
Oh, you counted? Oh.
34 seconds.
Okay.
Now, if that's not talent, if that's not a gift, I don't know what that is. So thank you for your voice. And it was beautiful because I counted, and I counted slow, and it was 34 seconds. I don't know how you did that. Absolutely. And my first question is, well, for me, I was in LA recently last week for the first time. And I was in, some trainings in downtown LA. And being from the East Coast, when I got back home from LA, my whole clock was just full up. Now, are you used to flying East Coast, West Coast, South, Midwest, and your clock get messed up? Are you used to that?
I don't go nowhere and don't get messed up, but I am used to flying. No, your body gets all crazy with the jet lag and all that stuff. You can't help that. You have to give it a chance to adjust, especially if you're used to staying in one place for a long time, and then you make the change. There's changes in air pressure, there's changes in weather, there's changes in flora and fauna, and there's the effect that it has on you from just flying the distance, and you have to make the changes. It's not like a personal thing; it's a body thing.
Mm-hmm. She said you ain't got no control over that one.
You got to go with the flow.
Have you ever been, being that you reside in the West Coast, have you ever been to the Griffith Park Trails Observatory?
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes.
It was beautiful. I saw the Hollywood sign on top of that observatory.
Yeah.
I saw the whole hills, and even on the plane ride coming into California, just looking down on the hills, there was snow on top of the hills.
Oh, it's a beautiful experience. That's what I love about America. You need to go some other places in America too, because each place has its own personality, its own topography, its own weather, its own lifestyle. America's amazing, and certainly Hollywood is.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking my question, and thank you for listening to my comment. But you are a beautiful soul, and we look forward to hearing you come to Boston. Hearing you when you do come to Boston, I love your songs. I'm of your genre, so I know some of your music, but of the new songs, I'm waiting to hear those when I actually are they out already?
You can buy them on iTunes, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that. Listen, I'm gonna put money into your music because I need to listen to some of that. I haven't heard it in a long time, but when she told, when she put it out there that you were gonna be interviewing this morning, I said, you know what? Yeah. And I just started Googling all your songs because I remember all your songs from back in the days when Mama was in the kitchen cooking and I was doing dishes or sweeping for Mama.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Fond memories. Bless you.
Oh, yay! Thank you, Miss Melba. Thank you. I know. And we are as blessed and so honored. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. I would like for us to close out with anything that you would like to say, anything inspiring or new day. Like all of your music is so uplifting, like wake up and get ready to move. Is there anything that you would like to say to the listeners? And I would like to say thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, I need to let everybody know that the name of the CD is Forever, M-O-O-R-E, Forevermore. Now, I want you to go to iTunes and Amazon.com, CD Baby, and all the internet outlets, please, and support it. It's a new project. It's been a long time coming. We worked very hard on it. I know we could talk about a lot of things, but that's the focus of my life, and it's the way that I have of sharing with you how much I care about God, how much I care about human beings and how much I want to show by hopefully a good example how beautiful you are to me.
That is beautiful as it is. Thank you so much, Miss Melba Moore, legendary Melba Moore. Put your hands together, snap your fingers. Woo! That baby is beautiful. Reggie B said you held that note for 34 seconds.
A slow second.
And you sure did too. We have one more caller. I do love our callers, so I am going to honor this, even though it's coming to the top of the hour. Good rising, caller, you live. Oh, I try to honor you, baby. You didn't honor yourself. It's okay, though. Miss Melba Moore, have an amazing day. I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Faith Naturals Beauty Product. We're trying to make her retire from her job so she could just stay at home and make us some oil. Yes, I said it. I don't want you to work no more. We need some more oils. We need more deodorant. We need some more wash. Shout out to Coleman G. Howard. The shirt I'm wearing today says the world needs more love. So I love. I don't care what's going on with you. Even Miss Melba said that the world needs more love. Shout out to Coleman G. Howard. Do not forget, David Banner is coming to the Strand Theater July 23rd. Nikki Curry, we love you and appreciate you. If it wasn't for you, we would not have the amazing, the legendary Melba Moore on the line. So thank you so much, Big City 101.3 FM, waking up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. Let's dance to the morning light. Mwah. YouTube, I'm going to pull you down so Facebook can hear this last song. I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you guys had an amazing day today. Mwah.